What is going on, gang? Once again, Michael or Legacy Killage here with another Red Dead Redemption 2 video for you, and we've all had some time to process the huge news that Rockstar gave yesterday, which was obviously the update that Red Dead Redemption 2 is in fact delayed till 2018. But along with that, there were some other interesting things that came out of their update, like the new in-game screenshots and when we should be getting our next look at this upcoming Western. That's why today, as I said in yesterday's video, I'm going to be giving you guys a more in-depth breakdown of these images, along with some of the other news that has broke. But before we dive into that, if you have not heard, I am doing a giveaway for Red Dead Redemption 2. All you have to do is check the link in the description to enter, which also has a lot more information on it, and just be an active subscriber. Nonetheless, I have to start this off by saying that many of you outlaws were right. I personally thought that Rockstar was going to handle Red Dead Redemption 2 differently, and that the fall 2017 release was going to happen, but I obviously was wrong. And now the wait for Red Dead Redemption 2 goes from just a couple of months to close to a year. Again. The truth is, while many of us are angry, there is a silver lining, and that's that with extra time, Rockstar Games is going to bring us the prequel we deserve with Red Dead Redemption 2. It was found recently that Rockstar has been actively working on this upcoming game since at least 2011, which means that with all these years of development, RDR2 is going to be huge, and hopefully a worthy successor to one of the greatest games of all time, Red Dead Redemption. So again, while this delay sucks, we've been waiting for this game already for 7 years, and waiting a little longer to ensure RDR2 is the best game it can be is a good thing in my mind, even if it's frustrating. But as always, gang, I'll be here to lead you through these tough upcoming months, hopefully making it a little less frustrating. But there is some additional good news, as Rockstar themselves have said that during this summer we will get some new details on RDR2. So the 7 months of silence that we had to endure just to get the news of a delay probably won't be the case moving forward, because we probably will get some new information within the next couple of months. Now, some other news that needs to be mentioned is that while our souls are hurting with this update, Take-Two, the parent company of Rockstar Games, is also hurting, as their stock took an immediate dip after Rockstar gave this news. Yikes. Yeah. Yikes. What's also interesting is that Take-Two had scheduled their conference call for 8 AM Eastern Time today, which is odd because our meetings are almost always at 4:30 PM Eastern Time. So again, from this, it's kind of obvious that this news update from Rockstar was planned, and that Take-Two scheduled their call early to pretty much do damage control. Now, I'm recording this video hours before that meeting, but more than likely Take-Two is just going to say that Rockstar needs the extra time with RDR2 to bring the best experience alive, that they have other games coming along, and new Grand Theft Auto Online DLC to help. But I have received a lot of messages along with this E3 2017 fan video, as many have unfortunately been fooled thinking it's real. This is something I just wanted to point out and say that this is not real. Will an E3 2017 reveal for RDR2 happen at Sony's conference? Maybe, but I personally think with Rockstar's update on RDR2 yesterday, we'll see the next reveal, which I believe will be our second trailer, on their newswire at a random day. But I will admit, it would be awesome to see Rockstar at E3. Lastly, before we break down these images, Ned Luke, who played Grand Theft Auto 5's Michael, gave a response on Twitter saying that RDR2 would be huge, which makes me kind of wonder if we could see Ned in this upcoming Western. But moving right along, now let's begin taking an in-depth look at these official in-game images that Rockstar gave to us. First up is the nighttime scene with 4 of our outlaws who are wandering in an unknown area. Now, thanks to GTA Forums user Nude, which there will be a link in the description of this post and much more from GTA Forums, he brightened up this image and we can make out that these outlaws are the same ones from the cover of Red Dead Redemption 2. Some believe that the character on the far left is a younger John Marston, but I personally think that it's really difficult to tell, as Rockstar looks like they covered his face with a bandana, which actually does seem a bit suspicious. But the other characters that can be made out for sure is the center protagonist who is leading these men, and potentially the older writer and the outlaw with a round hat, who are seen on the cover of this upcoming game. Interestingly enough, it does look like Dutch Vanderlyn and Bill Williamson are left out of this image on purpose. But our next image is again our center protagonist, who takes the main role within this image as he gets off a train with a bunch of dust flying around him. In the background, we can see electricity poles and a lamp supporting once again that this game will take place at least after 1890. Following that, the biggest detail is the character holding 2 revolvers, which all but confirms this gameplay feature of having dual wielding revolvers. But if you look closely, you can actually see that the revolvers are different types, which could mean that we'll be able to have the freedom with which weapons we wish to use. Now, probably one of the most beautiful images of this bunch is the next one on the screen. Not much is shown, but I just love the huge forest and the amount of detail that can be seen, just like the shadowing of the trees and the sunlight. Just a magnificent scene that really gets me excited for adventuring through this world. But continuing on, we have is this image which shows a bunch of red-headed men escorting this carriage somewhere. So far, no one has been able to unscramble what is said on the side of the carriage, but it does appear to have a horse logo on it. Also in the background, we see more mountainous ranges, which have been connected to some of the scenes in the first trailer and the leaked map. But back to the red-headed characters, it has been rumored that they could be part of an Irish gang or a company within RDR2. Some speculation even being that this could be a bank carriage and the guards are just escorting it. But another other big detail that has been pointed out is that one of these characters riding shotgun looks awfully similar to a Landon Ricketts, which I do ask, do you guys think this could be Landon Ricketts? Let me know in the comment section below. Other than that, we can see a variety of different horses and saddlebags, which could again hint to more customization within RDR2. But the next image is centered on the train, which looks extremely clean in my opinion as it goes over a bridge. The train, like the carriage, has some words that can't be made out, but in my personal opinion, I wonder if this train could at all be military related. Some other things that can be seen is some type of animal in the corner that could be a coyote or maybe even a doe. We also see some birds circling around a house that is a bit in the distance. The bridge is going over some type of small creek or river, and there is obviously a pretty massive mountain in the background. But our next image is another look at dual wielding revolvers with amazing detail on them. The character also holding them appears to have some rings on the fingers, which again could be another nod to more customization in RDR2. One of the rings on this character's finger actually looks like the letter D, which makes me curious if it could stand for Dutch. But now to our last image, which has the most going on, is our center protagonist entering a town. Similar to the last image, our protagonist has some type of customization on his rifle, so maybe that will be a thing in RDR2 where we can put custom designs on our weapons, which actually is pretty cool. But in total, we can see about 7 non-playable characters within this town, one of them on top of the stagecoach, while the others are simply walking or standing around. We also get a look at some of the places within this town like Smithfield Saloon, a doctor's office, some type of hotel, and a blacksmith. So my final takeaway from these gameplay images is that Rockstar very cleverly hid a lot of things out of them, but either way it's great to see more images from this game. We did see a lot of the center protagonist, which I think we're all certain he will be playable. There has been a leak which I reference a lot nowadays that said we would have 3 protagonists, and going back to Grand Theft Auto 5 with how they marketed Michael like crazy, which a lot of people thought he would be the lone protagonist, I think Rockstar is really trying to hide other characters like Dutch Van der Linde, Bill Williamson, and John Marston on purpose. But I will add, having only one protagonist is something I kind of hoped for with RDR2. Other than that, we got some amazing beautiful scenes along with some pretty crappy news, as we will still have to wait till spring of 2018, but the upside is our next news or information will come in a few weeks or months. Anyway gang, thank you for watching. Make sure to smack that like button if you did enjoy this video or found any informative value, and also consider subscribing for a lot more additional Red Dead Redemption 2 content, and remember, Outlaws to the end.